Okay. Well, we are now on city council reports, so we will start with Councilmember Buckland.
Where's everybody going?
Yeah.
Oh, you have a paper to print now. I don't know what it was, a week and a half ago, had the opportunity to be out on Williams Way with our police department in an effort led by our chief of police, former chief of police, Richard Dosher also. A lot of retirees that were out there, other council members, fire department, and family members of Glenn Harvey Williams, who was killed or died as a result of being shot while on duty in Yuba City back in 1962. It was a remarkable event. For those of you that haven't been by there to take a look at it, there's a new sign for Williams Way at Gray Avenue, and it is the thin blue line through the Williams Way sign. It's a remarkable. I mean, it's a remarkable piece to honor somebody that died in service to this community so many years ago. But there's one thing that we never do as law enforcement, is to never forget those that have served and died, and we do that here in the state of California, down at the Capitol, on an annual basis, and do it very regularly back at the National Police Memorial in Washington, D.C. And when I'm in Washington, D.C. Again next week, I will simply make a sketching on the wall of Glenn Williams, and because I can walk right to it, and many of friends that I know that also died in the line of service, I go by and visit their names, and it's just an honor that we have that in this town, and I thank the chief of police for seeing that move forward, and also the medals that were given to the family members. I think that is something that they know they're part of a family that won't be going away at any time. Also attended yesterday the Government Relations and Public Affairs Committee meeting down at SACOG. I won't bore you with all of the details because we just simply went through some business. But one of the things that we're looking at is being able to utilize some buying power for government out of Texas. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to be utilizing a program out there. No cost to this city or jurisdictions in our region. We're simply able to buy in with the buying power of the Houston program. So we're going to be tagging onto that whenever we can, and there's an array of things that we can purchase through that for city operations. So we'll be bringing that back to staff for their review and see what they can do through that.
Great. And next we have Councilmember Cardoza.
All right, it's getting late, so I'll be quick about this. It's been a busy 3 weeks, so I'm going to start off with meetings. I attended the Bi-County Homeless Service Program, JPA, the Homeless Consortium meeting, Economic Development Commission, the Planning Commission. Attended the Highway 20 Gateway Streetscape Master Plan Workshop, Regional Housing Authority, and the Board of Directors for Playseum. For chamber events the last few weeks, we just had 2. We had a business after hours for the New Earth Market, celebrating their anniversary. And then we had a business connections breakfast out at Peachtree Country Club. Topic was the state of Yuba City, hosted here by Mr. Steve. It was a fun time. Staff was all there. We had a great time. Now for city and community events. I attended a VIP soft opening for Dunkin' Donuts. If you ever want to have some great donuts and coffee, that's a great place to go to. Another one in our community. The building from that old bank, pharmacy, it's just state-of-the-art now. It's very beautiful inside. They've done a lot of great work to it. Attended the Sutter Yuba County Victim Services 27th Annual Candlelight Vigil. And this morning we attended the Sutter Yuba County Courage Awards. This last weekend, we attended the Sutter Yuba Great Make a Day event by the Hacker Lab, attended the Well-Armed Woman New Chapter event, and also with rededication of Williams Way. And last but not least, I attended the Sutter County Kids Fair here during Easter week at the Veterans Center. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And then we have Councilmember, I believe, Cleveland.
Thank you very much. Let's see, where's the date? Okay, Thursday on the 22nd, last month, attended a special mosquito vector meeting to discuss and approve a solar project that they've had. They thought they had it figured out, and some issues came up, but we got that approved. It's going to supply, the energy for that, the facility. Very good price for them on it. Then on the Friday the 23rd, it was the Yuba Center Chamber State of Yuba City, and that was fantastic because it was like good news all the way. We were actually one of the ones that were able to say so far everything's just moving forward. We're trying to keep up with, as you saw tonight, 2 hotels that are looking, and road improvements, bridge, and many other things that are happening, just trying to keep up with it. There's so much of it, which is fantastic. Let's see, Monday, I attended the FRACMID, Feather River Air Quality Management District, and originally the state of California was going to award on their crazy formula about $300,000 for our community for this grant dealing with truck replacement, tractor replacement, and we went after them because their formula was skewed to only go to San Joaquin Valley, and we ended up with $3 million, which was the proper formula. And so truckers can replace their trucks and get grants for that, and then also tractor replacements. It's kind of a big difference between $300,000 and $3 million. So we were very successful for our local community on that. Let's see. Today was the Courage Awards, and it's basically just encouraging the community on that things that happen in life, unimaginable life crisis situations, that they can make it through that, and that we have very giving community and supporting community to help them through. And the recipients, they went through unimaginable crisis in their life. Almost every time it had to do with life and death, and then how they made it through, and then bodily damage that they made it through, in the courage that they had to make it through. Some of them, I'm just going, wow. I don't know if I could have done as well as they are now. It's amazing. And then I did want to make a little comment. I didn't want to belabor the naturalization citizenship. I was part of the inaugural beginning of citizenship swearing-in ceremonies here in Sutter County, and I was the MC for approximately 6 of them, I think it was, for the naturalization. Of course, then you just introduce the federal government, and they take off with it, and then we had the community celebration afterward. And the joy that they have on their face when they become citizens is absolutely amazing. And many of them, this bill is a slap in their face and an insult to their efforts. And almost all of them would be very angry that they did it the hard way and the right way and the just way, the American way. And then California is now allowing so many to remain illegally and being protected. And their tax money is being spent on protecting them. It doesn't sit well with them. And so that's another side of the story that wasn't discussed, is that these citizens, the new naturalized citizens, just most of them are very upset about this. And that's it.
Thank you. And got Vice Mayor Harris.
I got a little over a dozen things, but I won't go down every detail. I'll start with the highlight, which was definitely the Williams Way dedication. I tell you what, that That was very profound. It was very nice to see his family face to face, and to have, you guys haven't, if anyone's driven by it, I highly recommend you do, because it looks really sharp. And it allows us to do exactly what we plan on doing, and that's never forgetting his sacrifice. You have 2 law enforcement retirees sitting right here. Folks like Mr. Williams did not get a chance to do that, and instead his name is on a wall somewhere, maybe perhaps a fountain somewhere, and now he's on a street sign. Very long respect forever for him and the sacrifice of his family. I was happy to be there, part of that. And Chief, you and your staff, outstanding job. I also attended Colonel Broadwell from Beale Air Force Base, our current commander. He's taking a job in Washington, D.C., so I attended a meeting in a private home, sending him off. And his replacement, you'll hear the name hopefully often, is Colonel Andy Clark. He's currently out there as the vice commander, so we're planning on hopefully having him here for an introduction as soon as he takes up the reins. But can you continue to attend meetings and whatnot out at Beale Air Force Base, and always impressed with the folks out there and their professionalism and their dedication and their loyalty to our community, and the role they play not only here but throughout the world. So I'm proud to be a part of that as well. I also, down here with an asterisk next to these things, is State of Yuba City. Our city manager did an outstanding job presenting that. It was a very professional display for the items up there at the Plaza Room. It was, again, it's already been mentioned, but that was a very nice thing, and I was happy to hear everything you had to say, Steve. It was very well done. I am on the board of directors for Yuba Center Arts by virtue of my role here in the city council. So the shameless plug for Art, Wine, and Wickets out in the Buttes on April 14th. I've got 3 tickets. I'm trying to win I think they said the person deliver a box of turtles, whoever sells the most tickets. I said I'd rather have a box of puppies, but, you know, it's all good. Just kidding. But anyway, so that's a fun event. I will be in Washington, D.C. with a few of my counterparts here. But so I'm unable to attend, but if anyone's interested, I would highly encourage you to get them while they're still good. Again, I can go on, but actually I will elaborate a little bit. Hacker Lab was mentioned. Is anybody not familiar with Hacker Lab? Probably everybody not familiar with Hacker Lab. They're having a hard time getting the word out, but I tell you what, it's a wonderful deal. We're trying to get one here in our community. There's one in, I think, Rockland and one in Sacramento, and what it is, it's a several thousand square foot facility, but they bring folks in who have 3D printers or a laser cutter. I think it could cut metal and wood and a few other things. Another tool that they have, they actually carved robotically a guitar out of wood and a few other things. And I can go on and on and on. Drones and flights, and folks can go there. You pay a membership fee. You go there, if you have an idea, you can use their tools and these incredible devices and apparatus that you would never have access to. You can use that to make it either a prototype of the product you want to sell, or if you have a business that's already off the ground, your membership allows you to use that to just produce your product and use their stuff while you're selling and making money. So there's a lot of different options to way to do that, to leverage the resources in that Hacker Lab. And I really hope that we can come together as a community and see one come here. It can only be a good thing, but it's not cheap. But that's something on the horizon, hopefully. I too hinted, the Courage Awards today and a few other things, but in the interest of time, I'll continue. I would love to mention Well-Armed Women. Are you guys familiar with that? So many things that are so good. It's been a while, but I attended that, and that was very, very good thing. So. A well-armed woman, so AWAW.com. Just go to that website. It's pretty good. I'll stop. Thank you.
Awesome.
Promise.
All right. So just to go along with some of those, so we are preparing for the Summer at City Hall program coming up. It begins June 11th for 3 weeks. We have received 56 applications from our high school students. Awesome. So I will be conducting interviews this Thursday as well as next Thursday. We only have seats for 30. So we'll interview and see the top 30 and get them started with the program, and we'll set some students up for alternate positions just in case. Some have other obligations that can't stay in the program the entire 3 weeks. But we're very, very excited as the program continues to grow. So this was the largest amount of applications that we received. So the word is getting out there, and we're excited to continue to expand that, yes. And then aside from that, just going along with that education, I'm on the Workforce and Education Committee, and I will be headed as well out to DC to work with that committee while we're there. And that's next week. So aside from that, I think unless there's something else, we are going to adjourn tonight. Thank you.